Welcome to Case and Cues with Carrie. Sometimes an investigation begins with a call that no one expects to receive. On the evening of March 2nd, 2026, a man walking his dog through a quiet field on Cleveland's east side noticed his dog lingering near what appeared to be a small mound of dirt. The area located near East 162nd Street and Midland Avenue sits not far from Gin Academy, a local high school. At first, nothing about the scene seemed unusual. The field was known locally as a place where people sometimes dumped debris, and the mound of dirt had reportedly been there for several days. But when the man walked closer, he saw something that stopped him. Partially buried in the dirt was a suitcase. When he pulled it open to see what was inside, he realized he had discovered something far more disturbing than discarded trash. Inside the suitcase was the body of a young girl. He immediately called police. Officers arrived around 6 p.m. and quickly secured the area. As investigators began examining the field and searching for additional evidence, they made another discovery nearby, another shallow grave. Inside that grave was a second suitcase, and inside that suitcase was the body of another child. Authorities soon confirmed that the victims were two juvenile black females, both believed to be under the age of 14. One of the girls is estimated to have been between 8.5 and 13 years old, while the other is believed to have been between 10.5 and 14 years old. According to Cleveland Police Chief Dorothy Todd, the bodies had likely been in the field for some time, though investigators were not able to determine exactly how long they had been there. Officials stated that the girls had not been dismembered, but at the time of the discovery, there were no clear indicators of the cause of death. The suitcases had been partially buried in shallow graves, suggesting that someone had intentionally attempted to conceal them in the field. In the days that followed, investigators worked to identify the girls and determine how they ended up in the area. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office conducted preliminary DNA testing and confirmed an important detail. The two girls were half-sisters. But even with that information, identifying the children proved difficult. At the time authorities announced their findings, no missing children reports in the Cleveland area matched the girls' descriptions, leaving investigators uncertain about who they were or where they had come from. The discovery shook the surrounding community. The field sits in a neighborhood with homes, businesses, and a school nearby. Residents expressed shock that something so tragic could occur in a place many had passed by every day. Investigators canvassed the area for surveillance footage and asked local residents and businesses to review security cameras that might have captured suspicious activity in the days leading up to the discovery. As the investigation continued, detectives developed leads that brought them to a nearby residence. On Wednesday evening, officers executed a search warrant at a home located close to the area where the suitcases had been found. During that search, a 28-year-old woman, identified as Aaliyah Henderson, was taken into custody. Authorities later announced that Henderson had been charged with murder and child endangering in connection with the deaths of the two girls. Police also reported that a child located at the residence was found to be safe and was placed into the care of Children and Family Services. Even with an arrest made, many details about the case remain under investigation. Officials have not publicly confirmed how the girls died, how long they were in the field before being discovered, or the full timeline of events leading up to their deaths. For investigators and for the community, the focus now remains on ensuring that the identities of the two young girls are confirmed and that justice is carried out for them. Authorities continue to ask anyone who may have information about the case to come forward. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Cleveland Police Homicide Unit at 216-623-5464 or Cuyahoga County Crime Stoppers at 216-252-7463. Cases like this leave behind many difficult questions, and the investigation is still unfolding as authorities work to understand exactly what happened. If something about this case stood out to you, a detail, a question, or an observation, share your perspective in the comments. I always appreciate hearing thoughtful insights from others.